Welcome to Dave's Skillet. Today we're going to make a loaf of bread. It's going to be real easy. You just sift it once, the flour, 3 cups of flour. You just sift it, just like that. Just the way Mama used to do it when I was a kid. Whenever she did bacon, she always did the sifting. And that's so we don't have all these old marbles rolling around inside of it. We don't need those. We'll get rid of it. Right. Now, I'm going to add some active yeast to it. Recipe calls for 3 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of water. And yeah, I'm using bottled water because I don't want to put sink water in this. 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. This is a 1/8 teaspoon packet. So I'm just going to go with the whole thing. Yeah, that'll do it too. I don't need any more than that. And now I need some salt. 1.5 teaspoons. I'm going to use kosher salt. But you can use sea salt. That would be best. Or any salt. Try not to use iodized salt. That wouldn't be so good. This is a handy little gadget. I got this at the dollar shop. It's adjustable up to, 4 tablespoons. Pretty good. Just like that. All the way up, all the way back. From 1 teaspoon to 4. That's pretty good. So now, put this cap back on if I can. I'm going to stir this up a bit before I add the water. I want it blended, preferably before I add water to it. I think it makes it a little bit easier and it works better, I think. And now I'm going to make a little hole right there. Start adding the water. Just a little at a time. Stir it in, work it in. I'm not going to add any eggs to it. You can if you like, but this is not one of those kinds of loaves. I didn't add any seasoning to it. Add any seasonings before you add the water. You could make Italian bread. Put some Italian seasoning in there. That'd be pretty good. Maybe some garlic powder, onion powder. There's all kinds of ways you can do this. This is going to be an 18-hour job. So I'll have to pause the video, obviously, and bring it back. I'll be putting this in the oven in the morning, and that'll be at about 450. 30 minutes. Lid on. This is going to go in my Dutch oven. And then after 30 minutes you take the lid off just to brown it. Just to brown the top of it a bit. I might have to add some more flour to this. This gets down to your altitude, so you always have to be mindful of that. It looks like I'm going to need just a tad bit more flour in there. Just not quite where I want it. It's a bit liquidy looking. Oops. Trying to do this hanging my camera upside down. Just use my 1/2 cup measure. I'm not going to drop all that in there. Just going to do this in a little bit at a time. I don't want to add all of it in one go. That should do it though. Yeah, that's going to be enough. I'll just put a towel over this, a moist towel. Just put some water on it. You can use sink water for that. That's okay. Just wring it out real good so that it's not dripping wet. That you don't want. And we'll let it rise. Yeah. Just This is almost, yeah, that's where I want it. Yeah, you see that? It's like stretchy. That's what you want. I had an idea how I was going to do this, watching other people's videos, and I decided one person had a cake tin mold thing that he put inside of his Dutch oven. I'm going to use this. This is off of a Sterno camping kit that I have. I took the handle off. It came off real easy. It's probably designed to come off. And that fits inside my Dutch oven without touching the bottom of it. I think that's pretty good. That's really good. And I'm gonna use this to butter the bottom of it. Yeah, I could use butter. I could use some Crisco grease I have. You could use this stuff. That's pretty good. But I'm just gonna spray this on it. Because I want to make this like as simple as peas. Get all that off of there and into this bowl. So move this over so you can see what I'm doing. Scrape this all into that. That'll do it. I think I need my spatula to get that off of there. And so I can move things around a bit better. Wooden spoon's good, but there's limitations. Here we go. Now, just spread that in there into all four corners. I know it's going to rise into it, so I'm not really too concerned about it that way. There we go. That pretty much is going to be it for the next 18 hours. I don't have anything else to do for it. That's it. Real simple. That's it. 3 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of water, a half a teaspoon of yeast, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and then you just put it all together like that for the next 18 hours and let it rise. Then 30 minutes in the oven at 450. Just cover it. I gotta find a towel, so I'll just put that paper towel for now. I gotta dig up some towels. And we'll be back in 18, which will be like a few seconds with the miracle of time travel. Well, we're back. I've taken this out of the other container. It's time to start forming it. Ooh, it's still sticky. I gotta add some more flour to it. Work out some of the air that's in it. It is rising fairly well. And a little bit more flour in there. There we go. And we just start working it. Get all the air out of it. Just keep folding it over. He's hanging on me. Okay. I get the sticky parts off of me. There we go. And I'll start again. going to take probably, I would say 4 hours. So I'm just going to leave it overnight. It's already almost 9 o'clock my time, so yeah. Just going to let it go. Just tucking it underneath itself. Just keep going. It's not sticky now. So I'm going to stop. And I'm going to put it back in the tin. Wash my hands off. And I'm going to respray that with some butter. Thought about using this one here because it actually fits inside the cast iron perfectly. So there's always another option. I'll probably do it next time. Just put that right in there. And just let it rise. And heat the oven up for a few minutes just to get it warmish in there. Not going to leave it on because it'll actually ruin the loaf if I did that. So just put this over the bread. This isn't going to take long for this to heat up to the temperature I want. Pull that rack out. You only have to do this one time. I've done it twice, but once would be enough where you take it out and work with it, knead the bread. But once you get it done to this level here, yeah, it's gonna re-blossom up, re-inflate. Yeah, that's hot enough. I want it really, really hot. Just warm. Alright, close that up. And by morning, it should be ready to bake. And I will be putting that in here, in the cast iron. I don't need that in there. And that square tin fits in here perfectly without touching except on the four corners. It's the only place it touches. I think that's going to work out pretty good, actually. So, yeah. And I'll have to preheat this Dutch oven up before I start the process. I'll have this thing up to about 400, maybe 450 for about an hour, 30 minutes at least, just so it's hot. And then I'll put it in the thing and start her up. Yeah, good morning everybody. This thing's been rising overnight. And I've got the oven heating up. So we're going to put this into it right now. It's at 450. that's hot. Okay, now if I can put this in there without getting scorched. There we go. Now, put the lid on for 30 minutes. In it goes. We'll set the timer. Fairly soon. 30 minutes. It's going to start smelling like bread in here real soon. We'll be right back. Okay, that's been 30 minutes. Now we take the lid off and give it another 15 minutes to brown the bread. Yep. And it needs a bit of brown. All right. A little butter on top. Just one pat is all I'm going to use, but I am going to put just a little bit of this on it. Olive oil, extra virgin, just a drop, not much. There we go. Oops. I'll have to wipe that up. Spilled just a drop on the door. Okay, now we'll put that back inside. And 15 more minutes. Just like that, and we will be right back. Okay, that's 15 minutes. Time to pull it out. Turn off the stove. One way. Try not to burn myself in the process. Yeah. Whew. That is roaring hot. And it looks like it's done. Nice golden brown. We'll give it the thumper test. Oh, it's done. It's done. 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 Now I gotta let this thing cool off. Ooh, that is really hot. There for now. Put this over here. And I'm gonna start making my breakfast. This makes me hungry when I do this kind of work. Put my sausages in here. I'm gonna make potatoes O'Brien. So this is a winner chicken dinner today. Doing the bread and I'm doing a potatoes O'Brien. And the pan's already hot. That's the best part. Oh yeah, I'd say that's hot. I call that hot. Put some oil in there. Not much, just a drop. Just to keep things moving around. There we go. And I gotta get this with the towel. I'm going to try and cook this without actually turning the stove on because this pot is so hot. Might not need it. Sausage is cooking up really fast, so that's good. The links were somewhat frozen, but even they're starting to cook really fast. That's good. As soon as the bread's cooled off a bit more than what it is, I'll take it out of the pan and put it on a cooling rack. And I'm going to put this lid in the oven out of the way. Oh, put that right there. I'm going to get a rack together here. That should do. Quite nicely, just like that. Gotta put these on. And put that right there. Yeah, it's gonna have to get turned on, I guess. It's starting to cool down a bit. No worries. It won't take long to get up to speed here. I do believe. Actually, turn that bread upside down. And there it is. Came out pretty clean. Just let it cool off. Oh yeah, that's just a bit of flour there. Yeah, I think I can add the potatoes to this right now. Let's see if we can get a sharp knife out. This is a sharp knife, this one here. See what happens. Woohoo! Oh, that looks nice. Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely a winner chicken dinner. Yeah, I told you this knife was sharp. It's going to go right through that bread. I'm going to move this bread over here now. That's good. Now we need some butter on that. Just happen to have a stick. This kind of bread, I would say real butter is probably the best deal for this one. Oh, you can use margarine if you want to. Ooh, I can smell that bread. It's too bad we don't have smell vision. That would be different. And you could really just take a snifferoo on this one. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Cut this thing in half. And it even cuts with this knife, which isn't exactly what I would call sharp. Oh yeah. That's real nice. Bon appetit on that bread.